Hello, my friends. Today is June the 13th, and this is a psychic reading for this day if this is your birth date. This is actually for the year to follow. It's a four-card pull to cover the year to follow, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or synopsis card. I do psychic readings and I do healing work now for 38 years. I'm available for readings online as well as for all kinds of different healing modalities out of my office in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Check out my credits. Back to the reading, 7 to 10 minutes long. General energy card of the year is the threshold. And the threshold says you're at the doorway. Threshold comes from the Middle Ages in a lot of ways, not that far back when our floors were dirt and there was just wood or rock or something around the edge to build the walls of our space. And in order to have a more comfortable floor, we put straw or thresh onto the floor, and the bar at the bottom of the door, usually one little wooden panel, was holding the thresh in. So to be on the threshold is to be in your doorway looking out. In your doorway looking out, awaiting what comes next, knowing that this is a portal, knowing that you're moving into something new and different and full of change, but something necessary. Because you have to go out. You can't stay in the house. You have to go out. But you're standing there at the threshold, awaiting, in essence, awaiting for your birth or your rebirth or your letting go, and you're moving on. But the threshold also says now's a good time to look back. Where have you come from? What have you done? What have you liked about it? What have you not liked about it? What can you forgive about it? What can you move on from? What can you let go of? What has satisfied you? What has picked you up? What has let you down? An exploration of your life as you stand in the portal, knowing that a new life awaits you on the other side of the door. That's what the threshold on a lot of levels talks about, on its deepest levels. At the very least, there's a portal in front of you and it's about to change your life. And you don't know what it's going to look like, but you have to trust the sunshine that's outside that door. Or whatever weather is outside that door, who knows what portal you really need to go through to find it. This is your particular challenge. It comes up as the death card. And to be honest, maybe this is about your own death. The biggest sense of change is possible, but most likely, this is about you having to let go of something that has defined you before. Something that you have believed or you've taken on, or a way you've lived, or a way you've taken care of your body, or a way you've taken care of your attachments, your emotional attachments, or the way you've either pushed yourself in your life to define yourself and have some kind of ego definition, or those are, and the things you haven't loved, and the things you haven't forgiven, and the things you haven't found a way to heal within you. So your challenge, I think, is to face something that scares you. And death often scares us. The changing of our lives, the shedding of old skins, the loss of people and energies and events and businesses and connections that mean something to us. Maybe that is what you're facing, and maybe that is what you're afraid to face. And so there's a challenge to allow death to occur, to allow death to be easy and to not be so painful, to allow death to be a surrender that says, it's time, I have to let go of this, or I have to let go of them, or I have to let go of me in some way, and it's time to move on. Here's, this beautiful skeleton is dancing toward the portal, dancing toward the light. They understand that there's a light on the other side, that there's a new life on the other side, that there's a new sense of beingness on the other side. So the letting go The challenge is in letting go and trusting that there's a light on the other side, trusting that you're going to be fine, trusting that you can let go of and surrender what you have in front of you that doesn't feel like you can let go of. So what do? Well, here's the action to take. Eagle's all about, the highest wisdoms possible. Eagle flies highest of, I think, most birds, if not all birds. I would question the vulture. But the eagle flies highest and gets the greatest vantage point to be able to see the earth below it, and gets the widest understanding of movements of energies and of, traps and beautiful places and food and shelter and how to feed and how to move forward and how to fly with grace. Eagle's also about touching those realms, those etheric realms that are higher than most of us can get to find the wisdom there, to get the messages there, and to bring those energies back to humanity. Eagle is a renowned savior in some Plains traditions, when Eagle has saved man from total extinction in their cultures. So the eagle is a bringer of messages, is a heightener of wisdom. How does that come to you? Well, you have to be open. I think you have to fly higher, let go, fly higher, ask for wisdom, ask for teaching, ask for healing, ask for messages, divine messages, sacred messages, clear messages, understanding messages of what it means to be in a human form, and let go of something from that human form to change oneself and allow oneself to grow into the highest truth. I think the eagle talks about the highest truth, flies highest, the highest truth in your soul, the highest truth in your being, that everything is change, that everything is change. Divine mystery, ever-changing mystery, many names come. The eagle says, let change happen. There's more life. Let change happen. You will be fine. Let change happen with as much grace and trust as you possibly can. There are beings who can support you in its process. There are beings who will teach you along its way. There are beings who will reunite you in a sacred depth of understanding that is a portal. And I think on some level, you're being guided to be a teacher of this particular wisdom along the way, or after it's gone through, that what you learn from this letting go is going to propel you into the eagle ship of yourself, into the highest wisdom of yourself, a place where you can offer back to the world or to someone else, but to the world. Anything you offer to someone else is offering it to the world, and getting out of ourself is a sacred and magical place when we can get out of our own personal self and speak beautiful things that can uplift someone else, that can teach someone else, that can take someone else to the planes of consciousness that you have worked so hard to go through. And believe me, from the threshold to death to the eagle to the space is about work. Go with it with grace, go with it with trust, and go with it with love, but seek the higher understandings. Don't feel stuck in an ability to let go of what needs to be let go of in its right time and its right place. Keep surrendering, keep opening, keep trusting, keep having the higher visions. Allow yourself to be at the threshold right now, because you don't know what's coming next, and it's going to be magical, and it's going to be different, and it's going to be part of your path and part of your search for enlightenment and part of your quest for truth. And we all have to do this work. Blessed be. It's a powerful time to do it, and you're going to sparkle and shine as you go through it if you allow yourself to be of high mind, high juice, high dance, high mirth, high compassion. and love for yourself and for others, but particularly for yourself as you go through this shedding of old skins that no longer serve you. Aho.